A lot on the line for these 5 candidates, and like a lot of primary battles, you really have to look pretty hard to see any significant differences. While they tended to mostly agree when it came to policy, there was a disagreement over one of the biggest issues in this election cycle, abortion. On the stage tonight was Abe Hamadeh, who narrowly lost his race for Attorney General 2 years ago and is still not conceded. Current lawmaker Anthony Kern, who recently was indicted on felony charges for allegedly trying to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election that Donald Trump lost. Also seeking to represent the West Valley District was Blake Masters, who lost his run in the U.S. Senate race in 2022, and House Speaker Ben Toma, who is the author of a tough immigration measure the legislature just sent to the November ballot. And then there was political newcomer Patrick Briody, who bragged tonight that he's not endorsed by anybody. And all of the candidates except for Hamadeh agreed that Congress should step in and pass some sort of an abortion ban. Hamadeh's position is in line with former President Donald Trump, who has said abortion should be left up to the states to decide. It's a position that has angered anti-abortion organizations.
I applaud President Trump for what he did by appointing those strong conservative Supreme Court justices. You know, for a long time, even Ruth Bader Ginsburg thought that it should not be at the federal level. So, you know, I appreciate that it's back at the state level. Now it's going to be up to each individual state. And so I don't believe the federal government has a role. I do think in Congress, my job is to make sure that money is not going to Planned Parenthood in any of these abortion clinics.
And it's worth mentioning that not on stage tonight was former Congressman Trent Franks. He had represented the district for about 14 years, but he resigned in 2017 after news broke that he had propositioned 2 women who were working in his office to carry his child. Now, all of the candidates raised questions about election integrity following the debate. 4 of the candidates said they would accept the results of that election regardless of who wins. Blake Masters was the only candidate on stage tonight who did not agree to be interviewed after that debate. Back over to you guys.
This is an interesting race because it's high profile and they're spending quite a bit. There are a lot of ads about this particular race on television right now.
Yeah, it's a tough one because they know, again, the primary, a lot on the line here. If you win this, you probably go through and get the general election, and you probably have a seat there pretty much as long as you want it there, and you can move forward. So, you know, these elections, you didn't see it on the stage tonight, but this is getting kind of spicy. A lot of attacks there, more personal types of attacks that are going on, because that's what happens in primaries, where you mostly agree on positions. You have to find other areas where you try to make some differences and try to dissuade voters not to vote for them and to support your candidacy.
Oh, Dennis, this is going to be a long ride to Election Day.
Good times.
Dennis, thank you.